What's going on, guys? Okay. So it's almost like 3 in the morning. I can't sleep. So let me kind of catch you guys up to date a little bit. Me, and me and Flashpoint. His his username on YouTube will be chill in the comment sections usually. He's just been on the channel quite a lot, you know. Me and him just started grinding a lot in Borderlands 2. So much so we started bullshit cheesing and boosting a little bit. Um, so we got me boosted up to OP3 for Axton, which he also dropped some crazy loot. Uh, the Quartz SMIG, some modded weapon. Like, this gun is not legit. Uh, the Quartz Room Clear, um, Room Cleaner. It's just, these weapons are crazy. Um, but yeah, I don't necessarily have a lot of powerful weapons. So, again, we're hoping to change that. First drop, by the way, we got ourselves an OP2 B shield. The amp damage is plus 2 million. I think. Yeah, 2 million. So that's some fucking crazy work. But yeah, we're gonna go back to Sanctuary and sort of account for our loot. Now again, homie dropped me some modded loot. Again, I didn't take too much of it. Alright, he dropped a whole pile. And the reason I didn't take a whole lot of loot was A, I couldn't use most of it. Number two, I really don't like modded gear. I'll be brutally honest with you guys. I don't like modded weapons and stuff. I prefer playing video games honestly without cheating. Modding is kind of like cheating. Now in games like Borderlands, it really doesn't matter. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? It really doesn't matter. I got me some pretty rare pearls and a Seraphim OP10. These are pretty legit. These are modded though, but these are pretty legit. Like, this is a Jacobs. This doesn't have a 3-round. This is not like a dull version with a 3-round burst. You know what I mean? Like, these are legitimate weapons. So that I got without having to properly grind for them. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and put the Unkept Herald back in here. We're gonna go ahead and sell some of this junk. We got a handsome Jack mask somewhere in here. We also got this. We got this Creed, the Incendiary Creed. Honestly, man. And also, an OP Tin Cobra. This thing is very rare. This is not legit. We will be grinding for a Cobra at some point. Let me just... hop out of here so I can get this special loot. Now, again, Axton's pretty powerful, pretty OP, you know what I'm saying? In general. Oh, forgot I disabled the audio.
Are you? Why do you retreat? Face your end honorably. Make me work for it. Who sent you? His sister? His kids? Whatever they're offering, I'll quintuple it. This is punishment. His murder will be avenged, and I will be paid. For God's sake, what do you want? Just tell me what you want. For you to fight back. Bandits like you are easy. What the hell are you? I want a challenge.
Okay. I still feel kind of bad, but yeah, we're just gonna just suck it up and deal with it. Now again, I'm gonna take out the overpower levels and just show you guys just how crazy this shit is. As you guys can see from my high shield cap, this thing has 1 million shield. So, it translates to 3.4 mil shield. Which is fair. It's a good capacity. It's kind of slow, honestly, but yeah, it wasn't really the it really wasn't the version I wanted, but that's totally cool. And again, now I have an actually powerful B shield.
Good decision.
The nasty Kerr Blaster. 24 shots. We'll need a plump Kerr Blaster, as any Torg weapon with the words plump means higher capacity.
Who's next, huh? Swap 'em, bruh. Cool story, bro. Yeah, more bullets!
That's a very powerful unkempt turtle. Now, granted, I already know that what's his face, Pyro Pete, is going to be very, very much more powerful, so to speak. That's totally cool. For our last skill, we went with the kill skill. We went with quick charge. I really wish we got skill points for every overpower level, because that'd be an extra 10 points. I would invest them perfectly into Resourceful and Battlefront. And I tell you why, 25% more cooldown comes in handy.
Grind 'em up! Town's down.
Alright, now mind you guys. Holy shit. We're gonna keep farming this vending machine for an unkempt herald. OP3. I'm not saying that the unkempt herald's not powerful enough, but we are we are fighting level 80 enemies. So our unkempt herald is kind of lacking in terms of total damage. I mean, yeah, we're making it work. It hasn't pooped out, but it's on the verge. It is on the verge of pooping out. Which isn't inherently a problem because, I mean, it is level 74. That right there, ladies and gents, is redonkulous.
Who needs a medical license when you got style?
I even have a binary grog nozzle.
Next time you're bleeding to death, just think Dr. Zed.
If I get the unkempt herald, then we can go farm the nasty Kerblaster. Does 2 million damage, which is quite a lot, with all things considered. But the main reason why is so I can start farming like class mods and stuff. Because once I get like a purple version of the class mod that I currently have to make explosive damage even higher and making grenade damage much more effective, getting a bonus package or farming Big Bertha for one is going to be pretty easy. But we'll farm Big Bertha and we'll farm for the Kerblaster, which I know we'll get one naturally. Okay. The Nukem. The Nukem. Ooh, that looks really cool. Only one shot though. Alrighty. The Flacker, are you fucking shitting me? I really just want the unkempt. I mean, we could just go farm for one, honestly. But how many Seraph crystals do you need to buy guns? 120. I'm not buying any Seraphim weapons or any Seraph weapons until I need to.
Switch
Right.
it out? Choice move! Stop him, bruh! Start the clock! I'm going to count every minute I look out!
Another fucking flacker? Are you fucking
Another
shitting
sentry
me?
kill!
You gotta be fucking kidding me. Another flacker. Well,
This city's better than
Motherfucker! See ya!
Swap 'em, bruh!
Testosterone!
fuck it. We're about to just start farming this shit. I'm gonna start small. First is going to be, well, they don't want to fucking give us what we need. Southern Shelf. We're gonna get the better grenade. We're gonna get the bonus package, which I have faith it's gonna drop. I hope that the bonus package drops. Transfusion grenades are pretty interesting, but honestly, I think in terms of raw power,
Chew 'em up, honey! For one bogey! Good decision! Turret deployed! Maybe they are. I'm dry here. Switch it out. Choice move. Bullets.
first drop. Let's go. Wow, 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 wow.
Swap 'em, bruh. Tossing grenade. Wasted.
Hey, what's up, bro? Wow. Yeah, OP levels makes grinding loot. I recently started my Borderlands 2. Any tips? Well, Borderlands 2 can be very punishing when it comes to grinding for loots. But, number one, evaluate the character you play as. Learn their strengths. Look into their skill tree and think about what it means. Also, watch videos. Watch plenty of videos about your character. Because the one thing you want to do is figure out what playstyle works for you. And you can't really decide that until you start playing the different characters. And whilst it's kind of simple, yeah, if you like throwing turrets, yeah, all that stuff is basic. Maya is very powerful early and mid game and late game. Salvador, not so powerful early on, but when you get Salvador to max level, very overpowered. Almost all the characters are actually extremely viable late game, but you gotta figure out what works. Like for instance, right? I am using mostly explosives with this character. Okay. Yeah, like explosive weapons are definitely important for this
High quality, low
playthrough.
and no question asked.
So some of these, like the Varuk here, great rifle, underleveled. You gotta be willing to let stuff go. It's just one of them unfortunate things. Even the Handsome Jack mask. Now, class mods, they can be lower level, as long as they provide good bonuses. Now, the class mod that I'm running right now, I need to get a purple Grenadier. But look, this adds +6 into Grenadier and 5 into Impact. So 5 into Impact gives me a 40% gun damage, it's pretty powerful. But Grenadier, this adds +11 grenades to my total grenade capacity, giving me a total of 21 grenades I can throw. Yeah, the Uncombed Herald's pretty powerful. Now, this is the Uncombed Herald. It's one of the more powerful weapons in the game. Now, this is actually a DLC weapon. It is not part of the main game. Now, obviously, Handsome Collection is going to have all the DLCs, so you're good if you have the Handsome Collection. Yeah, this is not working.
Alright, what do we got here?
Badass ranks are kind of important. And pretty much all aspects, like as you guys can see, my badass ranks, I have 370% gun damage. So that's basically take the damage that my guns do, multiply them by 3.7, and yeah, it's quite powerful. It's quite crazy. So for me, with how much hours and time, thousands of hours I've invested into this game, for me, almost anything is decently viable, even if it's not really that good. But then again, you know, it may vary. Depends on how you like to play. Sometimes playstyles that you may like to play aren't really viable in the late game. That's just because things have ridiculous health. So damage and all that other stuff become way too... yeah. Now, the other thing is Borderlands requires a lot of outside-the-box thinking. Sometimes doing more damage sounds good, but sometimes it's better to do less and more. In very rare, very specific, very odd circumstances. Like the Logan's gun, right? It's a really shitty pistol that shoots rockets. They can kill you. But the thing is, if you got it so low level that it can't harm you, then it's a great weapon for equipping a sham and shooting yourself in the foot. Because what the sham does is it absorbs bullets. But because the Logan's gun is a pistol, right? Pistol ammo is cheap and very common. And comes in large quantities when you pick it up. But since it's a pistol that shoots a rocket projectile, and since you absorb damage, when that explosion, that splash damage hits the sham shield, it absorbs it. And what happens is, you'll get ammo. So when you get shot with pistols, you get pistol ammo. When you get shot with shotguns, you get shotgun ammo, right? Well, absorption shields, again, absorb the damage. So when you're damaging yourself with rockets, because you can do that, right? Rockets are a third-party damage. You can shoot yourself in the foot with a gun that does like 29 damage when you have over 10,000 health. Doesn't do jack shit to your shield. You know, you magged up 20 shots and guess what? Now you got full rocket launcher ammo. I mean, I can reveal it to you, but you know, it's like creating systems and playing with the game's mechanics and how the game works and figuring out what works and what doesn't. Again, it's just all part of the process. You gotta trust the process.
Switch it out. Choice move.
And again, part of it is finding gear. Like, you know, it's nice that you get like an unkempt herald early game. It's very powerful, but the problem is on normal mode, the unkempt herald's gonna poop out. You know, it's gonna take a while, but it will start pooping out by level 20. You know, way before then even. Yeah, farming is kind of like it's kind of like playing Pokemon with guns. You know what I mean? Like every now and again you'll encounter something rare. The aspect of Borderlands I like was, of course, the storytelling, which wasn't really the strongest suit for this game by no means, but also the just the characters leveling up, playing the game. But yeah, farming definitely is a huge benefit to Borderlands and how you're going to spend your time playing the game. Farming is definitely going to be it's something you have to get used to. Again, Vinylic Puma has a lot of videos. When I was younger, I used to watch a channel called Yodi Slayer. Yodi Slayer was a fellow Borderlands YouTuber. Unfortunately, years ago, unfortunately, he died in a tragic accident. I'm not going to speak on that too much, but what I will say is this: he had a lot of videos on his channel explaining legendaries, telling the people how they work, what they do, what their special effects are, and you know how to acquire them, and you know yada yada yada. What characters they work good with. But again, Vinyl Puma does the same thing, in a little bit further detail. But you know, I'm sure Yodi Slayer's videos are still on YouTube. Yeah, there are tons of Borderlands YouTubers. It doesn't really matter where you hear the information from, but once you learn it yourself, once you figure out who drops what, you know, there are unconfirmed drops, like Pyro Pete. He doesn't have any confirmed legendaries, but an unconfirmed drop is like a drop that he can drop the item, but it's not necessarily directly attached to his loot pool. So, you know, like, and I only say watch videos because it's a lot of in-depth knowledge. You're going to learn, you know, some bosses you're going to need to pick up side quests to get the bosses to spawn. You beat the side quest, you turn it in. Now, again, when it comes to pearlescent weapons, it's different. Only tubbies, chubbies, legendary loot midgets. You know, you can actually get a pearlescent from I think any loot source, but it has like less than a 1% chance to drop. So the odds of it happening are so low that when it does, it's very satisfying. Yeah, Pyro Pete, I can't defeat him at all. He is at level 30 or something. Yeah. Pyro Pete's he's a raid boss. So he's meant to be extremely difficult, so you're going to have to learn the tactics of fighting that raid boss. Usually they have some sort of tied arena ability in some cases, like Pyro Pete. He makes the ground acid and fire and shit, and unfortunately, and you know, you just have to turn the valves, have the littler enemies spawn in, and step underneath the waterfall that they spawn in from, and it puts out the fire and acid that Pyro Pete deals to you. But the one thing for certain is spawning in those little enemies, because one, they don't have a lot of health. You know, they're only spider ants and rats. So you'll kill those. You want to keep them on the battlefield to some extent, because if you go down, alright, and that's your only enemy, and he is still at half health, you're not going to pull out a second wind. You know, you're not going to get a second wind on Pyro Pete just by yourself. Unless he's like a sliver away from dying. So part of the other thing is having realistic tactics and realistic expectations. Here's the crazy thing, I can just spam all these grenades.
Here you go. Who's next, huh?
We got the longbow bonus package.
Coming for you. Damn it, I'm empty. I get someone
So these guys, they have the chance of dropping the bonus package, which its special ability is its Torg, so it's going to have extra explosive damage. But also it's going to spawn in a bunch of baby grenades, carpet bombing. Again, because I can hold up to 21 grenades max, I can carpet bomb rather effectively. Which again, we're going to use against Pyro Pete and against mini raid bosses, because it's just going to be a multitude of different damages, like large damage. I think the other bonus with the bonus package is that the baby grenades do almost full damage. Usually baby grenades do about 50% of the total damage per baby grenade. So I mean, like, if you think about it, you know, it's times 8. So it's doing 50, and say it's only doing 2,000 damage. Well, it's only doing 1,000 per baby grenade after the main explosion. And if it's 7, you're doing 7,000 damage. So I mean, you know, and in actuality, it's not too bad, honestly, at those lower levels. But again, you know, in these higher tiers, just run this through your guys' mind. All right. Explosive grenade damage, 41%. Okay. Mind you, 25% plus 41% is almost, it's over 60%. It's, you know, it's crazy to me, because 61% of this, of 3,674,754 times 10 baby grenades with a 0 fuse time, so as soon as it lands it explodes. That could be pretty freaking devastating. I ain't gonna hold you. That can be pretty freaking devastating, yo.
Take this!
The scaling is crazy, not gonna lie. Yeah, you know, like I said, I put a lot of hours into this game. The main thing you're gonna want to start grinding out early game are badass ranks, these little things, because again, this is where you're gonna get a lot of bonuses from, and this is applicable to all characters across any save at any level. class mods. Again, it's setting up your character for success, figuring out ways that make other things benefit other things. Like, look, bro, I am literally using a level 74 weapon against enemies that are level 84. I'm basically using a weapon that's 10 levels behind, essentially, and it's still working effectively. That's the crazy thing. So, a lot of that has to do with the B shield, which when the shield is at its full capacity, it does something called amp damage. So basically it adds damage to your total damage. But here's the thing, there's amp damage, shot, drain. This has 0. So again, the B shield is the only real amp shield I recommend ever using. Yeah, the other amp shields are kind of lame. I stopped myself from saying something else. Fucking plus 2 million damage to a weapon that's doing 200, about a quarter million damage times 2 across multiple projectiles, plus my badass ranks, which multiply it by 3.5 times. So I mean, yeah, I mean this thing is, of course, because of the amp damage and the other factors, yeah, this thing's doing pretty fucking well. I mean, seriously, 2 mil damage, like that's fucking crazy work to me, bro. That's actually crazy work. 2 million. So yeah, like obviously. And this thing can do critical hits. See, that's what I'm talking about. What the fuck was that? Like, my response is a little delayed, I'm not gonna lie. My mind was processing what I was doing. But that ladder climb and then the swapping my weapon 1,000 times is kind of weird. I ain't gonna lie.
Toss him the little lady.
No Kerblaster to speak of. He drops the Kerblaster, which is this rifle, which not only benefits from being an explosive weapon from all my other explosive damage buffs, but also it's an assault rifle, which my character makes assault rifles pretty powerful by increasing their mag size by plus 50. 50%. That's quite significant.
Always trust the God at your side.
We love those grenades. An E-Tech Vladov rocket launcher and Slag, honestly, not too fucking bad, I'm not gonna lie. Oh! My heart just went into my fucking balls. The class mod I was looking for. Holy dog shit, Batman. Holy dog shit. So here's the thing, right? Now we've escaped the 20 percentile, and we're in 33% with a plus 46. Not too much of a grenade damage bonus, but here's the thing. Now I have 3 skills that are affected. Which this skill gets plus 3 points, which, honestly, we lost our plus 11 in this, so we only have plus 9, which is fucking still doable. But we still have 10 in this, but 8 in this is crazy. Now my rocket launcher damage is increased by 32 fucking %. It's fucking insane. Like that's actually insane damage, especially 33%, like 32%. Like guys, on weapons like the Nukem that literally average at like 8 or 9 million damage at this point, or sometimes even 10 million. 32% of fucking 8 million is fucking crazy work, dog. That's actually crazy work. You know, and not only that, but we're not counting the explosion to grenade damage. So yeah, we may not have got the Kerblaster, but I mean, look at how overpowered this weapon is now. Like honestly, look, it's already kicking more ass. We literally got a purple variant of the class mod we were looking for. I love the Grenadier class mods. This is the whole, like, you see, because I love Yu-Gi-Oh! And shit like that. Like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic are my two favorite card games. I'm not a huge... I appreciate Pokemon. I honestly prefer the old school Pokemon games. I didn't like Black and White. I did like Gold and Silver, but I liked Leaf Green and Fire Red. You know, Pokemon Pearl and Platinum. Diamond as well. Those are the Pokemon games that I liked, but you know, it's like you know, when you're selecting the cards that work for your deck, when you center your deck around a certain type of playstyle, it's kind of like Borderlands. I centered mine around explosives with Axton, and we're getting this. This is the result of that. Now there's a Kerblaster I really want, and it's an OP3. Well, currently OP3. Obviously, at some point, it's gonna be OP10. But a plump Kerblaster, one that holds like 34 shots. This only holds 29. But if it holds 34 shots, it consumes 4 ammo per shot. Now, what we're not considering is I'm basically with this green relic again. Yeah, it's green. It's not a whatever. Well, here's the thing. This increases Torgue mag size by 47% of Torgue weapons, which I mostly use Torgue weapons with this explosive Axton. So the thing is, 47% is going into this. Now, 47% is going into this. Plus, this is also an assault rifle, so when it comes to this, I'm getting 50% on top of 47% on top of 5% from this. If you actually read the fine print down here on Ranger, it does say increase mag size by 5%. So 5% plus this 47% puts us at like 52, 53%. Who cares about the fucking whatever percent? It's basically increased by 100%. So this gun is holding 58 shots. Now, it consumes 4 ammo per shot, so when you only have 24 shots in this thing, you know, they go pretty quick because 4 ammo per shot. That only gives you 8 shots, pretty much. But this gives us plenty of shots, which, again, this thing really expresses this thing's carpet bombing nature. So, again, if we can get this thing to hold upwards of, like, say, like 64 shots or some crazy shit like that, like, yeah, it's only a couple more shots. Not really too big of a deal, but it's the damage. You know, it's... Now, I am hoping to find a blue rarity Torgue relic with a higher magazine percentage so that things like the Unkempt Herald will have more ammo. I mean, look, I'm holding 32 shots in my Unkempt Herald, which we all know the Unkempt Herald's fucking crazy OP. But on here it's only listed 33 or 23, so you know, it's like I added 11 shots. So that's a lot of DPS in the mag. Again, yeah, I'm very proud of that. Very proud of that. And again, Ranger is kind of underrated. I wish the percentages were a little higher. I'm not gonna lie, I wish it was 10% better at everything. Would be actually making it kind of, you know, for the most part, the other stats a little bit more meaningful, more noticeable. But again, you know, I understand it. But it really helps out with the when you don't have the numbers you want, you know, because you get an extra 5% and basically about almost everything. So again, if your class mod is a little underpowered, it helps add extra percentages where they want it be, basically. So, you know, reload speed, max health, fucking critical hit damage, accuracy, gun damage. So, I don't think grenade damage is on there, is it? No, it's not. That'd be fucking based if it was. But yeah, again, I'm hoping to find a version that puts 6 points into this and 4 points into this. Onslaught would be another good one to have a lot of extra points into. The only skill I wish I had that I don't have, again, I wish that OP levels added skill points, because I would put, for the last 10, because OP 10, I would put 5 in here and then 5 into resourceful or healthy. Honestly, it really wouldn't matter to me. 30% boost to max health doesn't sound very powerful, but in reality it is. In reality it is. The badass crater bar. Let's try to see if we can spawn in a blaster in here. See, the bonus package that we picked up, that we had dropped. Yes, we have 2 of them. All right, the homing bonus package and the longbow, which the longbow is pretty much better. It has an extra 100. It basically does an extra 100,000 damage and spawns in an additional child grenade, while simultaneously also having 0 fuse time. This is basically better in every way. And now we get to sell that that hand grenade. Because it doesn't live up to our expectations. Now again, these Grenadier class mods, again, it's nice having all of these. Alright, I'm gonna keep them because they have different prefixes. So the prefix changes the additional skill that gets upgraded. And that's why I'm kind of irritated to this purple one. Like, I really wish the purples added +4. You know what I mean? I guess the only 4th thing I would have upgraded in here would probably be Onslaught. Put 4 points in the Onslaught. That would be fucking crazy work. And this puts up +35% movement speed, and this is 60% movement speed, so when I kill somebody, I move very fucking quick. Which is part of also how this build is very useful. But here's the thing, right? 5% doesn't sound like very much, but when we say 5%, we're accounting for 5% of my shield capacity, which is at 3 million. 3.4 million. What is 5% of 3.4 million? Do the math. That's how much shield I'm getting back per second after I get a kill. Go ahead, punch in the numbers, guys, on a calculator, on your phones. I dare you guys. The math work is crazy. 5% of 3.4 million. Only 5%. It's crazy work, guys. It's fucking crazy work. Now again, if we doubled that to 10%, that would be absolutely wild. And that's per second I'm getting that. And we're not also accounting for this. This skill right here reduces recharge, or increases recharge rate while also reducing recharge delay. So I'm regenerating quicker and I'm regenerating in larger quantities at a faster rate. That's pretty crazy. This adds a 15% to the total shield capacity while simultaneously also increasing health regeneration when my shields are full. Yeah, that's 170k per second. and it lasts for I think 13 seconds. So that's quite a lot of, and that's as long as I keep getting kills too. I can keep that going. The numbers get crazy. It's crazy work. See, that's the wild thing, right? So badass ranks is where things get kind of broken. So your level 34 shield, you said, is at 5k. Let me read this. Let me pull this up. Hold on. Flacker is useless. So you said your level 34 shield is giving you 5k capacity. Hold on. I'm gonna read this comment. I'm gonna jump into the stream. I'm gonna jump into the stream. It's at 5k. Gotcha. So here's the thing, right? I'm gonna pull up a character. I don't know which one yet. I'm just gonna pull up a random character. All right. You said you're a level 34. Do I have a level 34 character? I have a level 31 Gunzerker. Alright, I have a level 35. Well, let's really emphasize this. I'm gonna join in with a level 13 assassin. Mind you, only level 13. Alright, so you're above me by about 21 levels. Okay, that's okay. I'm at 557, and my shield is a level 8. I don't know who started this character or anything like that. It appears this has been pretty lucky. I got this from a quest, obviously, or maybe not. I don't know. I think level 13 was a little too low. And mind you, I'm making that shield have 500 when it's only 100. So that's a bad character, bad example. Here, I'll pull a character of close enough level. That was a bad character. I have shit loot on this character, except for my guns. My guns are somehow good. I'll say level 31 Gunzerker. Okay. Oh, look at this nonsense. We gotta go through this cutscene.
Great. Another dead Vault Hunter. Handsome Jack's been busy.
I know what a lot of people were thinking as soon as they see me load in. They're like, is that an uncapped herald with an infinity barrel? Unfortunately,
Wait a
no.
minute. You're not dead! Yes! Now I can get off this glacier. Claptrap, your metaphorical ship has finally come in. Allow me to introduce myself. I am a
Well,
CL4
for
PTC
PTCT or bot.
but
My friends call me Claptrap.
Or they would if any of
They
them
were
were
still alive.
or had existed in the first place.
Or had
Oh,
existed in the
I've
first
got
place is
something for
crazy.
you. Here, take this echo communicator that I totally didn't loot from one of these corpses. It comes with a Class 12 heads-up display, complete with a mini-map. Now, come, friend. Let's get you inside. Man.
So this is 2000 shield.
Great! Now that I've met a mighty bolt
Well,
hunter, I can finally join the resistance in
mine's not
sanctuary.
too much higher, honestly. I ain't gonna lie, mine's is 7,000 from a 2000 shield, from a level 29 shield rather. So I mean, it's pretty comparable. Honestly, it's pretty comparable. The Hive. What was I running with this character? Was this a boosted character?
I repaired my central processor, so I stopped thinking out loud. I wonder what it's like.
No, I actually played this character. I don't know what I was doing with this character. Yeah. Yeah, I stopped. Like, honestly, man. Let's get a shield that's
I'll
closer to
explain
our
everything
level.
soon, but know this. You're alive for a reason, and I am here to help you.
Looks like I enjoyed Torg weapons with this character again. I'm a Torg type of guy, aren't I? Torg pistols and Torg assault rifles, right?
Your ability to order resistances without dying will be Handsome Jack's downfall. And open!
Oh, here's an example, by the way, guys. Badass ranks disabled.
Little added security. Gotta keep those bully mogs active,
Badass ranks
or
enabled.
they'll rip your
Oh,
eyes
hold
out.
on. Disabled reload. And
Sorry about the mess. Everything Jack kills, he dumps here. Bandits, vault hunters, claptrap units. If I sound pleased about this, it's only because my programmers made this my default tone of voice. I'm actually quite depressed. Now, the creatures around here are dangerous. None more than this bullymong named Knuckle Tracker. Kills everyone I know. Anywho, I keep a pistol in the cabinet over there for emergencies. But in here, we should be pretty safe. You! Ah! Ah! My eye! Ah!
that's some Kill Bill shit. Snatched his eye out of his head. The gun! The gun in the cabinet!
The gun in the cabinet.
Once upon a time, 4 Vault Hunters changed Pandora forever. But their time has passed. Thanks to Handsome Jack, Pandora needs a new hero. I know that hero is you.
No.
Apart from the excruciating pain, this is great! I've been waiting for a mighty vault hunter to help me reach sanctuary. I will be your wise leader, and you shall be my fearsome minion.
I'm actually quite close to leveling up. It's actually kind of crazy in my opinion, folks.
Great! Just let me get this door open and we'll hunt ourselves a bullymong. Onward, seeing eye minion! Let me know if I'm gonna run into anything. I'll just assume you didn't see that.
For some odd reason, my current shield has more capacity, has faster
Stay
recharge
close to the
rate
robot. He will help you get off this glacier and into
than
the
this
city of
level
Sanctuary. That is the only
39,
place
and this is only level 29.
safe.
Well, not 39, level 31. Oh, well, I mean, they're pretty close actually.
I hear bullymong! Second minion! Protect me, squire!
Whoa.
Let's go. If we don't get my eye back, we'll never get to Sanctuary.
You'll need that funny little robot's hook to reach Sanctuary, the last bastion of the resistance against Jack, and the only place you'll be truly safe. Get to Sanctuary.
I don't know, man. Honestly, mine's only 7,000. So. Seems pretty average. For that, like, level and rank. But I know for, like, my Necromancer, actually, yeah. I fucking start back with the same character I didn't want to play. So I really want to start grinding for loot. Honestly. It's wild to me, bro. But yeah, I want to get a level 50 Salvador and start, like, maxing out Salvador again. I got a level 40 Salvador. I think a level 42 to be exact. But level 40s. Or it might actually just be 40 on the dot, actually. Oh, I'm already out of soda. Damn. That's kind of painful. Just level 40. But the level 35 Necromancer is actually the same, you know, kind of the same level as you, 35. So this would be more fair, actually, I think. 11,000... 11,100 and something from a 4,000 shield. Again, without badass ranks, shield capacity is at 5,000. With badass ranks, 11,000. Fairly fucking strong. So yeah, as far as I'm tracking numbers in terms of scaling and stuff like that, yeah, the numbers are pretty accurate. But also my health is doubled too. So, you know, with the badass ranks, 'cause it applies to all characters. You know, so like my next goal is to get the health to level 3,000 or 300% health and I really hope to get 413% shield capacity, and I say, well, 400% shield capacity. The main reason for that, obviously, is to make shields actually very, very powerful, very strong, resisting lots of damage. But then again, that's going to take years. More years than I've already put into this game. Just is crazy work to me, bro. Alright, back to grinding, farming for Axton. Because again, you know, we got the bonus package when we weren't even really trying too hard for it. Like we just started grinding for it, and we got the bonus package twice. So we got the homing variant, which we sold because let's be honest, it's kind of ass. And then we had the longbow version, which spawned in. But yeah, badass ranks, they're very powerful buffs. They start off very weak, but by God, when you have a lot of overpowered characters, and when you just have a lot of characters on your profile, and you've done numerous challenges, and you've grinded out a bunch of the easy ones on multiple characters, it's just crazy work. Rolling Thunder is not really that worth it, honestly. Master Grenadier, very weak in the purple element. Sure, it's got the equal percentage of grenade damage, but the big problem I have with it is it only puts 5 into Grenadier, which again, putting this extra couple points into steady really makes a bit of a difference. Badass Critter Bar. Let's see if they have an Unkempt Herald for us. If not, we'll start farming for one. Another Rolling Thunder. That's wild to me. Three Horns Divide. Then there's, of course, Three Horns Valley.
Guns.
Always take a quick peek at this mini-map, walk in here. I don't see any red dot, but as soon as you see a red dot, usually that means Savage Lee is spawned in. I don't see Savage Lee, so we're gonna go to... Yeah, it's happened to me a couple times. Honestly, man, it's... I wish all Unkempt Heralds are double penetrating, honestly. Couldn't imagine a modded version called a triple penetrating Unkempt Herald. And it's got 3 of them. I'm running very low on pistol ammo here.
Take this! Grind them up!
And he dropped nothing. He's useless. I'm gonna run back here and grab some ammo. I know there's gonna be pistol ammo. Money, no pistol ammo, and more money. More money. Yeah. Alrighty. Again, you know, if Savage Lee drops an Unkempt Herald of any kind, we're going to take it because it's going to be much higher damage than the double penetrating we currently have, since ours is 10 levels under leveled. Alright, man. Hey, oh wait, we have a Savage Lee around the corner. I see the red dot on our mini-map. There he is. Carpet Bomb Simulator.
That's right!
Game's finally giving us some pistol ammo. 230 rounds. Plenty. Plenty for what we're doing. I could be farming all night, but I'm not going to. I think I'm gonna get off, take a rest, get up, clean up my apartment a bit, and then play Halo Combat Evolved or Halo 2 with my homie tomorrow. Which again, it's very outdated games, but you know that's I play older games, man. Newer games just kind of suck. Now it doesn't mean I'm not open to new games. You know, 'cause I got Silent Hill F, which again I'm not really enjoying it too much. Like it's not bad. I'm still enjoying the experience. Whoa, he died, and he didn't drop jack shit. All right, we're changing this method. Savagely didn't drop shit. Very lame. Badass Creator Bar. We're just gonna check out these torque vending machines. If I could buy one, no big deal. I'm not even gonna be pissed. Well, it's not double penetrating. We'll take it. Because we can always grind for more torque tokens. Honestly, man, this Unkempt Herald did me rather well, but again, we gotta make room for the new school, which means getting rid of the old school and going back to the beatdown to grind for more torque points. The next Unkempt Herald I'm getting will be double penetrating in OP3, but this thing does 900,000 damage, where my other only did 200,000 damage. Which again, for level 74, is quite overpowered. Oh, whoa, hey, whoa, where are you going? Yeah, so 900,000 damage versus, 200,000 damage times 2. So here's what I mean. Like, yeah, it's still kicking ass. Like, yeah, this thing is still annihilating. No, the Stiff Unkempt Herald also has less ammo, but it has way less recoil and a slight increase in accuracy, I'm pretty sure.
Who's next, huh? stand in front of me! I got stuff for everybody! Got it, girl! Full story. Hello!
So, considering now that we're doing much higher damages, considering the better class mod and the better Unkempt Herald, the better B shield, I really am kind of curious as to what Pyro Pete's gonna feel on normal level 80 something Pyro Pete gets an OP3 Unkempt Herald with OP gear. You know, I absolutely wonder. It might actually horrify me a little bit how quickly we annihilate him.
Almost dead? Ah, excellent.
But again, if I can find a better Grenadier class mod, again, OP10, higher percentage. I really wish the purple class mods, I really wish they had 3 stat boosts. So I think we only get explosive damage and explosive resistance. But could you imagine if our grenade damage, explosive resistance, but could you imagine it makes elemental explosive damage do an extra 25% more damage? I mean, again, 25%, it's okay. But that additional explosive damage would apply to explosive elemental effect weapons, like the Unkempt Herald and vice versa, which they also benefit from grenade damage. Again, it's damage across the board. It's crazy work. It's absolute crazy work. I forgot to buy ammo. It's alright. We won't need as much.
Here you go. Let's get you killing, sweetheart.
Again, like I said, we wouldn't need as much.
Awesome.
Oh, holy shit, he dropped a really cool looking, it looks really cool, but unfortunately it's not a very good weapon. Again, it looks cool, it's kind of rare, they're hard to find, you know, because they're not, ooh, but it's a slag O negative, so it slags enemies. Honestly, very powerful.
Now that's amazing.
I like the O negative. I like the transfusion grenades, especially slag. Especially when they're in the slag element, because then it's another way to slag your enemies. We almost have enough. We almost have enough to honestly look at that. That's with the corrosive element, with the nice blue and black, gray, silver. Dude, that and orange, like that just looks fucking cool. Nutter butter, bro. This looks like something. This looks like something out of an alien shroom quest, bro. Like honestly, like what the hell? This really looks like some fucking. Looks like an alien did shrooms and took an original Xbox and dismantled it and combined it with a fucking pistol and a fucking knife or a fucking alien sword. In the same in the shared universe with the Terminator and Predator franchises. I mean, this looks fucking crazy. Too bad we don't really want. Too bad it's useless. It's useless because of this. It shoots darts. They consume 3 ammo per shot. It's useless, but it looks so freaking cool. I'm not gonna lie, it is a cool looking pistol. I gotta say, Borderlands has some really interesting looking weapons. Again, we're just gonna come up here and look for better relics. If I find a stronger Torg relic or a good explosive relic, then you know we might switch it up. I want to know about switching it up, but definitely a stronger Torg relic. You know, I mean, I really wish the Torg relic also increased the damage that Torg weapons did by a decent amount. Oh my gosh! Okay, alright. Fair enough. Fair enough. Honestly, this relic's not too bad. Recharge rate and shield capacity. Some pretty solid buffs all around. 34% each. Not too bad. But look, we got another one. But this one is a different approach. This one is Hyperion, and it is electric element. So that other one was a dart. This one's a spiker. The spikers are actually way better than the darts. The spiker pistols are the ones you're gonna want. Again, non-badass rank. Badass rank. Very massive difference, ladies and gents. Again, guys. You know, obviously, there's assault rifle Axton, which is honestly a lot more feasible than a Torg Axton. But Torg Axton is fun to play because Unkempt Herald nonsense. It just so overpowered, honestly, so overpowered. I like it. I really genuinely like the build. Again, you know, on some of these greater character builds, you don't need legendary class mods and loot. I wish that was honestly some real advice, guys, and I know homie left the chat and whatnot, but that's some honest advice that I wish someone gave me when I first started, is you don't need legendary loot and everything. Because here's the thing, the legendary class mods are kind of ass. For the most part, and yeah, I done said it, they're kind of ass. Yeah, they give you a whole lot of bonuses and boosts, and yeah, that's really nice to have and all that. But the truth is, the real truth behind it is, you really don't need it. Like, you really don't need a whole bunch of useless buffs. Yeah, it's more balanced, but at the same time, it's just like having dedicated items for a dedicated build is just gonna be better. It's like exactly the jack of all trades, but a master of nothing. You know, it's nice that you can be able to do multiple different things, but again, having dedicated gear, having dedicated loot. Because, you know, there's honestly good ammo relics that will give me maximum health boosts of 65%, extra grenades, assault rifle, and pistol ammo.
Say hello, sweetie. Challenge complete. Well, hello there, loot. Good God.
We're almost at enough to buy an actual weapon, which will buy an overpowered 10 Seraph weapon. I'm not a huge fan of the Seraph weapons and Seraph loot in general. I really felt like they should be dropping like 40 or 30 Seraph crystals per Seraph Guardian. I just feel like the amount of Seraph... Ooh, very nice. I just feel like the amount of Seraph crystals you get per kill just is not enough to justify. It just really fucking isn't, honestly. And that's health. Alright, guys. Let's give it another try. But, I swear to God, double penetrating. Oh my God, it literally is double penetrating. You fucking bitch. You fucking bitch. You bitch. You bitch.
Get ready to grab a beer and kick some rear, cause it's time for a beatdown bar brawl. Just pick a fight with the drunks and stay I'd almost finished my comic collection. What are you looking at? Look into my eyes when I stare at you! Love into your dirty soft stuff won't touch me! Did I get someone to You don't want to be here! There's no escaping murder! Damn murder! I got some for everybody!
That's crazy work, guys. I'm rage quitting. I'm actually rage quitting from that. The double penetrating unkempt heralds was not in the overpower 10, or not overpower 10, but overpower 3, which hopefully would be close to about 1,000,000 damage, or at least 980,000 times 2 would be fucking crazy work. Crazy work, I tell you. Alright, guys. Well, I've had enough. I'm going to pretty much go to my bedroom, watch some more gun videos, and plan for the next 5 or 6 guns I'm going to buy before the end of the year. I'm thinking mostly buying Glocks and Rugers, honestly. Just as a quick update, the list currently that I have, Glock 23, Glock 40, Glock 27. Now, the new Glocks, the Gen V, right? The joke Glocks these days, right? Because there's no difference between a Gen V 17 and a Gen 5. They're exactly the fucking same, except for the trigger. Not very much differences were made to the core functionality of the weapons, but again, just in compliance. But I'm going to buy some hunting rifles and shotguns and just simple, basic, practical weapons. You know, just more Ruger stuff. Like I want to get a Ruger Security 9 and Security 380. I want to get a Ruger Mark 6 22 target pistol. Ruger American, as preferably like my second hunting rifle. My first was a Savage Axis in 6.5 Creedmoor, but where I live, you can't hunt with round neck cartridges. They have to be straight wall cartridges, so they won't let me hunt with it. Now, I mean, they'll let me hunt like coyotes and shit with it, but not deer. But I ended up trading my Glock 23 and my Savage Axis for my M16, because that was really cool, and those are very rare to find just laying around in your average gun store. But yeah, no, I got an M16. Honestly, one of the coolest rifles I have. I have a couple posts on my channel about it. I've only shot it 3 times. I've only have, I think, 60, 70 shots through it. I don't shoot it very often, but it's kind of weird because it's not an actual M16. It's just an AR-15 with a 20-inch barrel, the longer handguard, the solid stock, the carry handle. You know, basically everything an M16 would have, only it's just exclusively semi-automatic. Now, The interesting bit of history with this gun is it was from the 1990s. In particular during Clinton's assault weapons ban. So there's no bayonet lug, no threaded muzzle, no muzzle device to speak of. So it's kind of in a way it is kind of different. It comes from a different era. So it's just like when people see this thing, it doesn't have an A2 birdcage flash hider on it. People kind of look at it kind of confused. I'm not a fan of just the basic sporterized rifle crown. Now, I talked to some guys about possibly threading the very end of the muzzle, and they don't have the tooling to do it, so I'm looking at maybe replacing the barrel with a cold hammer forged 1 1/8 rate of twist chrome lined barrel. Obviously 20, I think it's 20.3 inches long, I think, in total, but essentially you're going to add the with it being threaded at the end for an A2 birdcage. And I'm going to go and get some more 20 and 10, 15 round magazines. The smaller magazines look a lot more iconic on the Vietnam era E1 M16 or M16A1, the first gen M16s, with the more triangular handguard. But the basic the Gen 2 is basically what I have. And I'm a big fan of it, honestly. My first M16 style rifle. Now, the thing I like about it is the handguard has an integrated adjustment for the rear sight aperture, which is kind of cool. But nah, man, the next goal is to get one of those Vietnam era M16s. Well, at least the upper, right? Not the lower, because full auto regulation and bullshit. I will eventually own machine guns, guys. I promise you guys. If I didn't buy a Mustang, I had 10 grand. Well, actually, I paid 11,300 after tax, title, and all that other shit in my state. But out of 11 G's, I could have actually bought a machine gun. Like, I had money to buy an actual machine gun, but I bought a car instead with cash. Again, as you guys that have been on the channel for some time, or those that don't know, I'm a Ford guy. I've always wanted a Mustang since I was a kid, and I daily drive a Ford Explorer, and it's like SUVs and trucks are just too boring for me. Like I'm sorry. Like they do the job, right? I enjoy the car as just a vehicle that gets me from point A to point B, but I don't actually enjoy driving it. The experience of driving it is nothing in comparison to my BMW 328i. Now again, I don't have that car anymore because of the accident, and I had to replace it with the Explorer. But Mustang, unfortunately, the fuel tank is rotted out, the frame's rotted out, so when I get my money back, I could have a second chance at buying a machine gun, but I think I'm still going to aim to get an actual Mustang, because as you guys know, that's kind of what I've always wanted, and having two cars is better than having one. Like, if I need to put my Mustang in the shop, I still have my Explorer and vice versa. And honestly, when I get a house, after I get a house, which will probably be never, but after I get a house is when I'll start worrying about getting a motorcycle and stuff like that. I just don't have anywhere to put it or store it. And bikes around here, just I don't, where I live currently, I just don't trust people. Like, I live in a good part of town, but it's just like, bikes are bikes, man. A lot easier to steal than cars. So I'm not ready for a bike yet anyway. Like, I'll admit it, I might come off as a bit of a pussy, but with how many people like riding a bike, your likelihood of dying or getting in a severe accident are much higher. And with the idiots driving today, and just, I almost lost one of my best friends, Colin. He was riding his motorcycle and someone pulled out in front of him. really aggressively and caused him to get into an almost fatal accident. So, you know, and some of the guys, not really friends, you know, I didn't know them on that like deeper, more personal level, but I knew of them that I went to school with, people I used to play football with. Some of them have already died from automobile-related accidents, some of them on motorcycles. It sucks. It really sucks because I'm only 23, and it's not necessarily the whole idea that something bad can happen, because, you know, obviously you don't let your fears control your willpower, but bikes are expensive, and the type of bikes that I'm into aren't really like as popular. I like I'm more of a cruiser type of bike guy. I like Harley Davidsons and such. I'm not a huge sports bike guy. I'm not trying to go 100 like 200 miles an hour. The people that can, that's cool, that's awesome, that's really impressive. But that's just not me. I'm 6'1". I'm a bigger guy. You know, I like feeling like I have more control of the vehicle. You know what I mean? I like sports cars. I'm not a huge bike guy, but I respect bikes, and I would totally own a Harley Davidson or a BMW R17. Ford doesn't make any bikes, so can't say that I'm too proud of Ford for not making motorcycles. But they do make my favorite cars: the Gran Torinos, the Mustangs, the obviously Mercury, the Cougars, and the you know, obviously the Mercury Marauders, stuff like that. Older muscle cars are really cool. I'll eventually, one day, I am going to try to own... I love 90s cars, and I love 60s and 70s, 50s, 30s, 40s era cars a lot, just for being classic. But just something about that late 90s, early 2000s, like the Panther platform Fords. Actually, as a matter of fact, I'm not getting offline just yet. I've already went to a whole spiel. Now I gotta keep the conversation going. But I don't know. I'm more of a 90s, 2000s Ford guy. I absolutely love Panther platform Fords. So the Lincoln Town Car, the Crown Vic, the Mercury, Grand Marquis, stuff like that. You know, like, I'm not a GM products kind of guy. I'm not a huge fan of Buicks or Cadillacs or Chevys. The Chevys that I like are the Chevy Novas, the Vegas, fucking the Chevelles. You know, those are the type of Chevys that I really like. Camaros and Corvettes are overrated. Like, I respect them. I mean, you know, I like the Pontiac Firebird, the Trans Am. You know, I think those are really sweet.
That's that. Grenade out! I'm ready for more. Tossing grenade!
Something is wrong with my controller, guys. Oh my god. It just sounds like it's like a fucking... You guys hear that like giant fucking rattle vibration, bro? It literally sounds like my fucking uncle's Chevy S10 is literally falling apart when you drive it. If you blare the music too loud, you can hear the car rattling apart. Like, what the fuck? Why is my PlayStation 5 controller doing that? I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that. That's rancid.
Turret out! Nothing like a turret! Challenge completed.
No! Yeah. I don't. Where did they hide the screw? How do you take these controllers apart? There's no screw to unscrew these things. Sony, what the fuck kind of alien bullshit did you make? What the fuck? Guys, I can't even take apart the controller. There's no hardware screws, so you gotta fucking... What the hell? I don't know how they... Did they just pop open? I don't want to force this on the controller. Bro, what the fuck? Why is this controller doing this? I don't know if I'm able to fix this, guys. There's no, like, hardware. Like, there's no... We gotta go get our lick back. We lost to Pyro Pete. I'm fucking pressed.
Let's get to killing, sweetheart!
Hold on a second, guys. I know it's gonna fix this. There we go. Well, that kind of fixed it. I turned off the controller vibration. Honestly, man, I don't feel like my controller is trying to work like my ex's vibrator. You know, it actually feels like it's a controller. A little bit of feedback's okay, but I had that shit was like set to strong. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Ex's vibrator is crazy. I don't even have an X, is what's crazy. Here's the crazy thing, guys. I've dated chicks, I've had situationships. I've learned to call them that. You know, they're just situationships. I've never had an actual relationship, so to say X might be a bit out of line. Or rather, improper description of the matter. I keep it real. I don't... There's one thing for newcomers to the channel. I don't bullshit. I don't lie. There's no... Lying is disgusting. Expert veteran. Okay. What is... I swear to God, I didn't even pick up... I didn't pick up any, like, weapons or anything. I don't know what the fuck... Oh, what the hell? I filled my fucking shit with these skins, with this fucking slag. Nonsense. Like, what the fuck?
Awesome.
It said expert veteran? Where was that at? Expert veteran. That'd be a really cool difficulty for Call of Duty. Step above veteran, expert veteran. Frontline rifleman, this is a good one. But veteran. What does this comm do? Okay, this comm puts 10 in the steady. 80% recoil, 40% rocket damage. It's crazy work. Holy fuck. Dog, that's crazy. Reload speed up to 126%. Recharge delay up to 108%. Dog, that's crazy. Not my not my class mod, honestly, unfortunately. It's not. But I do like that 5 points in the steady, though. I wish that was on my current demolition modification. But a while back, guys, I bought a Ruger PC carbine. I've only ever shot it once, but it had the American flag wrap, or the American flag fucking special edition. But I was actually interested in getting uh, the actual Ruger PC carbine, like the actual, just the black model. No American flag, no nonsense. Because it has the American flag on it, I don't like shooting it too much, honestly. Well, I don't like overusing it.
Yes, most of my merchandise was ripped from the hands of said adventurers.
Which I always wanted the very first gen style. Mine has the key mod, or not the key mod, the M-Lock rail system. Um, and I just kind of like the original. Half by 28 threads. Pretty much half by 28 is pretty much most muzzle thread patterns, honestly.
Bam! Say hello, darling.
Get your health and shields right here. If you don't come back, I'm a beat.
I tell you what. OP level 3. Again, I saved up, I think, quite a lot of Seraph crystals just in order to do this. So I guess the next character I need to get to level 80. The next two characters I want to get to level 80 are Maya and Krieg, which is going to be quite a challenge. But I do think, in all seriousness, getting Maya to that high level is going to be kind of difficult. But Krieg, on the other hand, he's level 74. So, what, like 6 more levels? Not too worried about it, honestly. Like, honestly. Yep, it's 120. Well, the Blood of the Seraphims gives you a max health boost while also giving you health regeneration. Unlike the Blood of Terramorphous only gives you health regeneration, this gives you health regain, or health regen, and maximum health boost, which is honestly quite powerful. But we're not interested in none of that nonsense. We're interested in the Seraphim.
One challenge down.
And I tell you why. Because holy fucking shitballs, guys. This weapon looks absolutely sexy. I mean, don't get me wrong. So does the Actualizer. These two weapons are by far the sexiest looking guns in all of Borderlands. I'm sorry, guys. Something about the color schemes and just the interesting designs. I'm not a huge fan of the Unkempt Herald. It doesn't look sexy. It's kind of boring. I mean, it's all black and it's got 3 yellow stripes. I mean, that's nothing too interesting about that. This, it's like some kind of like zebra camo. It's very exotic. It's very sexy. That being said, we're gonna go ahead and assault rifle max ammo, pistol max ammo. Drop that piece of shit. And what else are we gonna do? Oh yeah. So this gets some bonuses. I say remove 5 points from that and invest 5 points into this. Honestly. Basically. This is what you gotta do. Because, I mean, holy shit balls. This gun only holds how many rounds? 37? We got this baby holding 73 shots. 3-round burst. Not too bad, honestly. Let's see how it cooks. Holy shit, bro. It does damage. I'm running, and I was running. I just love the Seraphim. Speaking of which, guys, I need to go to my local gunsmith and see if they can turn an AR-15 into one of these. Like, I want to see if I can have a custom-built AR-15. Obviously, this type of stock, I don't know how the fuck this is supposed to work. It's not, your shoulder is not a ball. Your shoulder has a joint in it that's like a kind of circular almost on your shoulder, but it's just, that's not that doesn't look like it would properly work. So the stock would have to be different than this, obviously. Um, but uh, but yeah, finding an AR with this type of like cutout, barrel cutout handguard on the side isn't going to be too common because that barrel heat is going to just exit out of that large side porting. But I just think that having an AR done up in this style of camo, at least at the bare minimum, would be fucking based. That would be fucking based. I mean, really, I can see the AR almost, like it would have to be a 308, because it's got a more boxy magazine profile. You would make a custom or 3D print a custom uh, handguard basically for your pistol grip. you know, it goes over the trigger guard, and you would then create this weird setup. Obviously, the Picatinny rail is being mounted at the top, but you'd also have. I would personally put a foregrip on this because, again, you want to keep your hands away from that barrel because it's going to generate a lot of heat. And there are versions of this gun with foregrips, so change out the stock to be more realistic, obviously. But yeah, I'd have the Borderlands Seraphim. I'd have my favorite Borderlands weapon in IRL. Functional weapon shooting 308 in AR-10. You want the smoke?
Splooge!
Hey, say, give us some water, and Sandman won't use your ribcage like a hat rack.
I don't know what he said, but we're not doing all that until we're OP-10, because if he drops a stink pot, I'll be fucking damned. I want that stink pot. OP-10. Mate. Honestly, man, I shouldn't be wasting my money on the ladies. I should have went to the fucking grocery store and bought me some energy drinks. Yeah, keep buying the ladies nice things, man. That's how you become a broke bitch. Well, again, ladies and gents, I am going to get rid of my Grenadier class mods except for my purple class mod. Just because, I kind of understand why they're, again, the different prefixes, but again, do I need 3 of them? That is 3 whole inventory slots. Now, the rifleman setup is going to be, quite different here. And again, I'm attempting to say that with confidence. But yeah, the Shred of Fire or the Leadstorm. The Leadstorm is pretty good, but this is just better. This is just better. I don't know. There's just something to this. Like, look, bro, if you're just wandering around Pandora and you're just like, huh, a deep seraphim, huh, okay, does quite a lot of damage. Oh yeah, it does quite a lot of damage. Like, yeah, no shit. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's get respect. We don't need to skip this, but for the sake of points and stuff, we are. We don't necessarily need these, so it wouldn't hurt, but yeah. Just so it gets a laser sight. So losing the
Get in
explosion.
front of this. Resistance found at Vault Hunter.
Radon Digi Peak. So let's look at the bonuses. Gun damage plus 32%, but assault rifle damage plus 37%. Again, if we were to find an OP3 version of this, again, possibly 50% damages.
Get your health and shields right here.
But again, you know, this gun itself, looking at it, this weapon is doing a total of 664,000 damage. Again, quite a bit of damage per shot.
You please assemble here and we can begin.
I want to see how this system, how this weapon works. Again, we have other things. Unkempt Herald for clutch. Again, it's not being over benefited though.
Well, hello there, Loot. Say hello, beautiful. Newsflash, bitches! Turret kill!
Close call. I took some unnecessary damage. Okay, whoa.
Tossing the little lady.
upgrade in your possession, you will be able to change the strength of your enemies at will. You'll be like a god.
So again, 20% chance to ignore death, and again, 108% movement speed with a 35% movement speed
Maybe
buff.
that isn't the right word.
It's
Designer, perhaps?
get my pop gun.
Not dead yet! That was cool!
The constructors actually run off a similar technology to your storage deck inventory unit, except you can't carry full-size robots around in your pocket. Yet.
Another sentry kill! Ha! On the move!
Switching out? Choice move!
Bring it on!
Choice!
I'm ready for more!
Training area. Or so I've been told. Never met a child, but I'm certain I hate them. The Incinerator clan killed Scorch for being a heathen. As gods tend to do, however, he respawned. Actually, let's make things interesting. How about another? perhaps bandits are the true heroes and we are the villains? If so, stop. An average spider ant lives for as long as it takes to meet a vault hunter. Bandits are the true heroes and we are the villains? If so, stop.
Me to bring a pail of...
The Black Queen is as nefarious a spider ant as has ever existed. Not that it matters once you start shooting at her.
Gnarly.
Vault Hunter, this is priority 1. I need you to disarm a series of camouflaged explosives hidden in the combat garden. This malfunctioning loader believes itself to be the reanimated corpse of Firestone's most feared bandit. You see those so-called onions in the ground? They are, in fact, camouflaged Hyperion explosives designed to attack the raiders where we are most vulnerable, our gardening battalion. Gather the onions, but do not pick the carrots.
Take this! Did you miss me?
Vanities, that cardboard stand.
Tossing grenade! Grenade out! Tossing it back! Yeah! Chew 'em up, honey!
Switch it out! Choice food!
Nade out!
Sure.
Die, bro. I fucking love this fucking gun.
Not dead yet! Good God. It's killing time!
Well, hello there, Luke.
You've done well so far, but the gauntlet is not yet complete. Continue that I may record your screams of confusion and irritation for my later entertainment.
Good decision! Switch it out, choice move!
Choice move. I fucking love it.
Hey, stand in front of it!
Hey, stand in front of this.
Oscar Mike!
Alright, Oscar Mike. On the move.
One for the turret! On the move! Badass! Meet my lady friend! Suck on that! I don't die, ship sentry deployed! turret, what would I do without you?
Everything's figured out! Yeah, more bullets!
Marauders, the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches of banditry.
Sorry about your face, bruh. Choice. Bang bang, bruh. Another battle?
We're nearly finished with the course. In keeping with laws of drama, however, I have saved the most difficult task for last. Nearly finished with the course. In keeping with laws of drama, however, I have saved the most difficult task for last.
Who's next, huh?
These things provide an adequate challenge.
Going Masher!
Nearly finished with the course. In keeping with laws of drama, however, I have saved the most difficult task for last.
On the move! Now she's busted! It's gonna be my new cat!
Finished with the course. In keeping with laws of drama, however, I have saved the most difficult task for last.
He's the only one that...
Switch it out? Choice move! Choice!
Also digistruct chests out of nothingness. Were I a dullard, this might make me develop a god complex.
Class mods, wait a second. None of them good. Unstock shit. Alright guys, I'm hopping off.